Hey everybody, it's Jordan with Major Hi-Fi here again with another audio review. Today we've got a new product from Astell Kern. Astell Kern is one of the most preeminent luxury portable audio brands. They make digital audio players and they collaborate on IEMs among other things, and they're just maybe the go-to top-of-the-line brand for portable audio. About a year ago, they came out with the SP3000, and now they're back with the SP3000T, which I've got right here, which takes everything about the SP3000 that you might have loved and adds tubes to it. So that's pretty cool. So today we're going to break down the build, the design, kind of how the tubes work with everything, all the different tube modes and controls you have, and all things SP3000T. So without any further ado, let's get into it. In the box, of course, you get the SP3000T as well as a micro SD card slot cover. You also get USB-C to USB-C cables for charging and data transfer, as well as some screen protectors. You also get a cloth cover and a leather case. And finally, your quick start guide and warranty info. Astell Kern spares no details with their designs. They want their products to feel like the top of the line, and that is the case with the SP3000T, of course. The chassis is made entirely from stainless steel, and it's filled with all these details that look really incredible. So let's do a little walk around the device, and I'll show you kind of how the thing is laid out. So you've got your output jacks all right here. It comes with 2.5, 3.5, and 4.4 millimeter output jacks, so you can run this thing balanced and single-ended as well. On the side, you've got this diamond-shaped volume dial. I think it looks kind of like the crown to a watch. I just think it looks precision made. It's a really fine detail here, and as you can see, if I get some music playing, it's got this kind of backlit look to it. So it's a really nicely designed dial. That's just the volume dial. So we'll go into kind of what else it's got. It's got your SD card slot as well as your USB-C port. And then on the left side, you've got your playback buttons. It's laid out really nicely, and again, it's just a really great design. Overall, it's got these sharp edges and angled sides, and these are kind of well-known design features of Astell Kern devices, but it's no slouch here. Again, it feels just very high-end, and it feels like they really took care of all the details. And now let me show you my favorite part. I might have spoiled it when I was turning this device around, but let me show you my favorite part of the SP3000T is on the back, you get those tubes. And I love this little window with the red light that shows that these are on full tube activation. Now, everything about the SP3000T is bold. It's a bold-looking device. It's got the tubes coming out of a window on the back. It's got these sharp edges. It's got this glaring stainless steel look to it. And, of course, keeping with the bold look is this yellow case. It is a striking yellow case. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. I think it's kind of cool that they're going for something bold here. It's not your typical just black case. It has character, and it makes the device look unique. So the SP3000T isn't just a flashy looking device. It's got internals to match. This thing is no slouch. So starting with what's got the whole show running, it's got a Snapdragon 6125 octa-core CPU that makes everything possible. And I found this thing completely snappy. I never was waiting for anything to load. It just works. I've had problems with digital audio players where they're just slow and laggy, and that's not the case with the SP3000T, and it's not really a problem you run into with Astell Kern in general. Doing the digital to analog conversion is the AK4499EX chip. This is doing great work. It's got pitch black background. It's got silence between instrument separation is wonderful. And we'll get into a full sound breakdown later, but this is a great chip and a great implementation by Astell Kern. Then finally, you've got the tubes, which are Raytheon Jan 6418 mil-spec vintage tubes that A&K are utilizing here. Now, in the UI of the device, you can actually customize how much of the tubes you're using. So you can do a full op mode as well as a full tube mode. And then there's a hybrid mode where you can control the current, and there's 1 through 5. That's the levels that you're able to control the tubes. And you can vary the amount of tube sound you get in your audio. And this is really nice for pairing different headphones or dealing with different tracks that have different master qualities. It's really able to be tailored into exactly what you want it to sound like. I think this is a really cool way to implement the tubes, and the functionality and the UI implementation works and follows suit. It's a breeze to use, and it sounds excellent. And then finally, you've got ANK's crossfeed and triple amp system. Crossfeed looks to widen soundstage, and we'll get into all of this in the sound impressions as well. So jumping into the sound impressions, I tried this with a variety of headphones, planars, dynamics, IEMs, to get a sense of how it plays with everything. When you introduce tubes, you can get different types of characteristics with different types of drivers and headphones. And so I just wanted to see how everything played out. Generally speaking, even in op mode, this is a touch dark sounding player. And that's kind of gonna be expected for a tube-based portable device. And on that note, the first headphone I tried it with is a darker sounding headphone. So I started things out with the Meze Empyrean 2. The sound I got from the SP3000T paired with the Meze Empyrean 2 was a dark and relaxed sound, though there was a bit of a detailed top end as well. I preferred using the Empyrean 2 in full tube mode or on a high level hybrid mode. When I reduced the tube usage, I just found that it lost a little bit of character and a little bit of dynamics. And from this, I gleaned that this isn't a device that already existed and they threw the tubes in as an afterthought or as a gimmick. These tubes really add character to the sound. You're getting a really warm low end with good bass extension, but that doesn't sound muddy at all. You're getting the classic tube mids. That's where you hear things the most. So if you're going through the hybrid mode, the higher you turn that, the more you'll hear it affect the vocals. That's, at least in my experience, where you heard the tubes the most. But you're also getting this really clear and crisp top end. And I think just with tubes in general, sometimes people forget about how good treble can sound on tubes. In this case, everything is just working on full cylinder. And yeah, again, the Empyrean sounded best with the tube fully on. But then I tried it with the Focal Clear MG, and that's a dynamic headphone. And you would think that this would be where full tube would sound the best, but I actually found that I liked this on hybrid, and I was adjusting it based on track. Now, the Focal Clear MG can sound a bit dull and a bit close, a little bit narrow to me. But the SP3000T opens it right up. The dynamics that these are known for stay there, but the bass is just a lot more textured. Mids, again, are just really excellent. It's something the Clear MG is known for, and the SP3000T really complements it. And then you get this really nice top end. Once again, that's very detailed, but that isn't just like clacky. It actually has character to it. There's a thickness to it, almost like a lushness. I don't know if I've ever described treble as lush, but that's how it sounded to me. And it also opened up the soundstage a bit. So what used to be a narrow feeling headphone for me became a little bit wider. And then finally, after using the planars and dynamic full-size headphones of the Empyrean 2 and Focal Clear MG, I wanted to try an IEM that's a little bit more sensitive, just to see how this plays with a more portable setup. So for this, I used the Campfire Audio Bonneville. And this is a little bit of a warmer, bassier IEM. And so I actually preferred using this in the clean op mode. That was just what sounded best to me. It still sounded warm. It still had those characteristics of the device. But that was just what sounded best to me for this pairing. And ultimately, what that says about the sound of this device is that all the modes work equally well. Again, this isn't just a tube device. This isn't just a solid state device. You can really tailor the sound to work for your setup. It's going to work all around, so long as you like a warm sounding overall tone. Now, in terms of sensitivity, I didn't hear any hiss. There was no background noise whatsoever. It was completely dark in the background. So whether you're using a demanding over-ear headphone like the Imperium 2 or a sensitive in-ear like the Bonneville, you're going to get great performance across the board. And then I just want to end with one note on the crossfeed feature. I tried it out with each of the headphones, and yes, it did widen the soundstage, though I preferred crossfeed turned off. I just found it to make it sound artificially wide, and I preferred the clearer center image that came with it turned off. Of course, here your mileage may vary. So overall, what do I think of the A&K SP3000T? Well, the first thing I think with this device is that there are no gimmicks here. The tubes are not a gimmick, nor do they control the device. You can use this in full solid state or full tube mode or any level of hybrid mode that you want, and you'll be able to tailor what you have to its sound. Of course, it's an overall warm sounding device, so keep that in mind with what your preferences are. But given that, I think this is an excellent top-of-the-line device that gives you a ton of feature flexibility as well as the tubes. So if you liked what you saw here today, definitely like and subscribe and comment below and let us know what you think of the device. And we'll be back again with another video. Thanks for watching.